G'day, welcome back. Thank you for joining me once again on the couch here at Cookie's Fishroom. My name is Norm, for those who don't know me, and joining me today is my old mate OP, Optimus Prime. For you guys who don't know, he got his name chosen last week by Mason, by Tiffany Underwood's family, and they came up with an awesome name, and little OP over here is really happy with the choice of names, so thank you once again. And today I will be talking to you about a topic that was mentioned 2 videos ago about foods, alternative foods, healthy foods that can be basically fed to most fish, in particular guppies and live bearers, that will help with their immune systems as an alternative to flakes and store-bought foods that we get in abundance. So some people will use these foods as a treat. Some people will use these as an actual meal. I personally will give these foods, which are fruit and veggies, most of them. You will see in this, you will see in a sec that a few of them aren't, but these are all types of foods that we can eat as people ourselves. And these foods will often end up on our dinner plate. So it does not hurt to have some of these given to some of our fish. I'll give mine these 3 times a week, or try to. And it's a good alternative to, dosing Vitachem or other sort of vitamins to the fish. They actually enjoy it a little bit more. Give it to them as a bonus treat, and you will see how much happier they are when they get these sort of things. So, number 1, I'm going to start talking to you about them, and these are in no particular order. I will read from my iPad because there's so many of these and I cannot remember for the life of me each and every one of them. So getting old, can't remember things, better read from a list just to be on the safe side. Number 1 is broccoli. Now, this stuff here is a type of broccoli. It's called Broccolini. It's actually farmed here in Australia. They go berserk for this stuff. And all I do is blanch it for about 5 to 10 minutes, and they go crazy for it. Stick it on the fork, use a skewer, put it in the water, and they will strip that thing bare of those little green bumps that are on the top of it. They go crazy for it. It's ultra good for them. The greens gets their immune systems up, and it is a great meal for those who have plecos or even cories. They will love it. My guppies absolutely go berserk for it. Number 2 that I absolutely love myself, and I often steal from the fish. I eat them before it goes in the tank, of course. Strawberries. So these are the sweetest things ever. You can imagine as a human being how much we love sweet things, and the fish by all means love strawberries. The scent of it in the water drives them crazy. It is great for them as it is for us. It will help their colors immensely, and their immune systems. It's full of vitamins, full of minerals, will help those pregnant females and those new fry. The new fry go berserk for it. And speaking of fry, it brings me to number 3, is hard boiled egg yolk. Now, a lot of fry, like you get beaters and you get smaller, really tiny fry like Danios, some guppies and endlers, they're so tiny they will not be able to stomach some of the baby foods that we have. So you either give them crushed flake that's really, really small and dusty, or as an alternative, the hard-boiled egg yolk is one of the best things you can give them. It just like it's great for us, it's great for them, helps them put on the weight quickly, helps them get bigger in size quickly, and it will make them a happier little bunch. So hard-boiled egg yolk. Now, I'm going to go back to my list over here. Silver beet, another one. I'm just going to start reading these now. I'm not going to go through and tell you which one is great for vitamins because they all are great. I'll just read them out and you can make note and take note of the ones that you have, because most of these we will have in the fridge or in the pantry, and you can use these while you're cooking tea or cooking dinner for the for your family. You can wash some of these and you can stick it on the plate and give it to your fish also. Now, one thing to bear in mind is to make sure whatever you choose from this list is clean, wash really cleanly, especially if it's fruit or something that's hit the dirt like broccoli or something, let's say mushrooms for instance. Make sure it's all dirt free, cleaned thoroughly, and the vegetables and leaves that are hard, even some fruits, will require to be blanched, such as zucchini. So another thing is celery stalks. I do blanch that also. So make sure, what I mean by blanching is boiling until you can stick a fork through it easily with no effort. That is blanching. So that can range from between 5 to 10 minutes once the water is already boiled. Don't stick it in the water, then start boiling it. Wait till it bubbles and then drop it in. So that's what I do. It works great. The fish love it and mine is still alive. So it can't be too bad of a method. Okay, let's go through this. Garlic cloves, the best, the healthiest thing you can give your fish. Fresh garlic, blanched cloves. Nothing mixed with it. Just one thing I do is grab a fork and scratch it so it balls up once it's already blanched. It makes it easier for the fish to pick at it and pull it apart. Otherwise, they've got this smooth surface. Most of these fish don't have teeth, let's face it, and it'll make it really hard for them to get through it. Celery leaves, strawberries we've already spoken about. Prawn meat, so shrimps as they call it in the US, or over here down under we call them prawns. You can give it to them once they've been boiled, not raw. Make sure it's red in color and not the green or black type that you get through the supermarkets or the seafood stores. It doesn't have that fishy smell, it has to be fresh. Again, just blanch it, and not too much, just till it changes color to the white and red that you see when you have it on your own dinner plate. Cooked chicken, yes, they love cooked chicken. My guppies go berserk for that too. Cooked fish, they are cannibals, let's face it. Most of them will eat their own fry. Mushrooms, potatoes, boiled potatoes, like mashed potatoes, great for us, great for them. Tastes good all around. And I hope I don't have to tell you this, but nothing that goes from your plate should go into the fish tank, because most likely it would have salt, pepper, oil of some sort. Have it separate, make sure it's fresh from the pot, no salt and pepper. They don't need that much flavor. Hard-boiled egg yolk, I've mentioned already. Watermelon is a great one. Now, in summertime over here in Australia, we have an abundance of watermelon. My kids absolutely love it, and the fish love it also. It's safe to leave in your fish tank for a longer period of time than most of these that I'm mentioning on the list, and I'll talk about that in a sec. So watermelon's a great one if you have smaller live bearers. Banana, broccoli, lettuce. There are some lettuce leaves that will go soft really fast, so be careful with those. Things like iceberg lettuce, perfect. Zucchini, I've already mentioned, and cucumber. Now, these are all things that you should have at home normally, or most of them you would. You can jump into the supermarket and grab some. Your fish will be thankful if you can grab some of this. Things like banana, high in vitamins. You don't want to leave in the tank overly long. You don't need to blanch banana for obvious reasons. It's already soft. It will turn to mush if you leave it, you blanch it and then stick it in the tank. Make sure you don't leave it in there for about more than an hour. The harder surfaced things like like some leaves, like lettuce, like prawn meat, like cucumber, you can leave for 2 to 3 hours. Do not leave things overnight. You will cause yourself an ammonia spike and you will lose fish because of that. So anything that's not eaten, remove after 1 to 2 hours tops. You don't worry about the smells. Garlic, everything has a smell, let's face it. All food does. It doesn't bother the fish, it shouldn't bother you. A smell of food doesn't indicate there's nitrates or ammonia. When you're having smells that smell like poop or something that's gone off, that's when you have to be concerned. Now, all these foods you can basically feed as a meal if you'd want, once a day, as an alternative to flakes or as an alternative to granules. So personally, I give it as a treat. 3 times a week is great. I use foods that are high in protein. I use the treats, the foods that we just mentioned, as a bonus meal they can have instead of giving them frozen foods. And that's my choice, and I have reasons for that. And the fish seem to be benefiting from the vitamins that they get from these foods more so than they get from frozen Daphnia or any sort of frozen foods. Now, I'll leave that up to you how many times a week you want to feed them. Don't go nuts on it, But do yourself a favor, do your fish a favor, grab yourself some of these alternative fresh foods, fruits, vegetables, and fish type of meat, and you will see yourself how healthy your fish will become, how much more colorful and happier they are. Remember, the happier they are, the less sick they get, the happier you are, the less stressful you, the happier you. That's what we aim for, and that's what we want. Once again, thank you for joining me and OP here on the couch, my old mate. Thanks again for those who hit the like button last week. Thank you for all the awesome comments. Please leave a thumbs up if you like this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, what's stopping you? Do that. Hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when we bring out a new live video. And please, if you have a question of any sort, jump on Facebook, join the group, post your details up there about what problems you're having or what you want to know. If it's not a problem, if you just want to say g'day, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Once again, thank you for joining me in OP, and we will talk to you next week with our new video. Bye for now.